How often do we find ourselves in the tales of Greek mythology or see reflections of our modern society in its ancient stories? From the cunning of Odysseus to the hubris of Icarus, these narratives have echoed through millennia, remaining eternally relevant. These are not mere fables of gods and monsters, but profound explorations of human nature, morality, and the inherent complexities of existence. Take a moment to consider the timeless appeal of Greek mythology. Behind the larger-than-life characters and their fantastical adventures, we discover universal themes of love, betrayal, ambition, and redemption. These enduring narratives serve as a mirror, reflecting our own experiences and societal norms, despite being steeped in a culture and era far removed from ours. The tales of Greek mythology have not only survived, but thrived, evolving and adapting to resonate with each new generation. Let's embark on a journey through time to understand the chronology and evolution of Greek mythology. In the beginning, there were the Titans, ruling the cosmos with a primordial power. These were the original gods of the pre-Homeric era, born from the great void, chaos. The Titans were 12 in number and held dominion over the universe, their rule characterized by a raw, untamed power that was as unpredictable as it was immense. Prominent among them were the brothers Cronus and Oceanus, and their sisters Rhea and Tethys. Cronus, the youngest and most daring of the Titans, overthrew his father Uranus to become the ruler of all. Yet with power came paranoia. A prophecy foretold that Cronus would be overthrown by his own child, leading to a tragic cycle of devouring his offspring as soon as they were born. Meanwhile, the Titaness Gaia, the personification of Earth, played a crucial role in the creation of the world. From her union with Uranus, the sky came not just the Titans, but also the monstrous Cyclops and Hecatoncheires. Gaia, dissatisfied with Uranus's treatment of their children, encouraged Cronus's rebellion, setting the stage for the first great cosmic upheaval. But the Titans' reign was not to last. Rhea, Cronus's sister and wife, tired of her children's fate, tricked Cronus into swallowing a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes instead of their youngest child, Zeus. Raised in secret, Zeus would grow up to challenge his father, sparking the cataclysmic battle known as the Titanomachy. This 10-year war between the Titans and the Olympians, the new generation of gods led by Zeus, reshaped the cosmos. The Olympians emerged victorious, imprisoning the defeated Titans in the abyss of Tartarus. With their victory, the Olympians established their abode on Mount Olympus and began their rule over the universe. This was a time of creation and destruction, of power struggles and cosmic upheavals. It was a time when gods walked the earth, and their exploits and battles shook the very fabric of the universe. As the Olympians triumphed over the Titans, a new era dawned, one that would be immortalized by a man named Homer. In the age of Homer, heroes walked the earth, their deeds echoing through the ages. Welcome to the Homeric era, a time when the exploits of legendary heroes like Achilles, Odysseus, and Hector were immortalized in epic poetry. This era, named after the poet Homer, is marked by two of his most famous works, the Iliad and the Odyssey. The Iliad, a tale woven around the 10-year-long Trojan War, places the mighty Achilles at the center of its narrative. Achilles, a demigod, was the greatest of the Greek warriors, his strength and skill unmatched on the battlefield. However, it was his wrath and the dire consequences it brought upon his comrades that truly defined his character. His epic duel with Hector, the noble Trojan prince, is one of the most legendary battles in Greek mythology. On the other hand, the Odyssey takes us on a 10-year voyage with the wily Odysseus as he attempts to return home after the Trojan War. Odysseus, known for his cunning and guile, faces a myriad of challenges, from battling Cyclops and resisting the songs of sirens to navigating his way through the wrath of Poseidon, the god of the sea. His journey embodies the human struggle against overwhelming odds and the enduring spirit of survival. But the Homeric era wasn't just about grand battles and epic voyages. It was also a time of divine intervention, where gods and goddesses played a significant role in human affairs. They would often take sides in wars, manipulate events to their liking, and even bear children with mortals. This mingling of the divine and the mortal was a unique characteristic of the Homeric era, reflecting the ancient Greeks' belief in a world where the boundaries between gods and men were fluid. The Homeric era was indeed a time of heroes, a time when their deeds were etched into the annals of history through the power of poetic verse. But as the age of heroes faded, a new age arose, one of philosophers and playwrights. In the classical era, the gods took a step back, and the human drama took center stage. This era, spanning much of the 5th and 4th centuries BCE, saw a shift in the way mythology was expressed and perceived. It was a time of intellectual growth and artistic exploration, and Greek mythology was not immune to these societal changes. Enter the playwrights, the masters of the stage, who seized the opportunity to delve deeper into the human psyche and societal norms. They used mythology as a backdrop to explore themes of morality, duty, and the human condition. Among these playwrights, two names shine brighter than the rest: Sophocles and Euripides. Sophocles, the author of the Theban plays, is best remembered for his tragic hero Oedipus. He used the myth of Oedipus to explore themes of fate and free will, the individual versus society, and the blurred line between guilt and innocence. He brought a very human element to the myth, making it a timeless examination of the human condition. On the other hand, Euripides pushed the boundaries of traditional mythology. He was not afraid to challenge societal norms and question the actions of the gods. His plays like Medea and the Bacchae often depicted the gods as flawed beings, highlighting their cruelty and indifference towards humans. Euripides used mythology to critique society and question the status quo. This era also saw the rise of philosophical thought with great minds like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. They used myths to illustrate their philosophical ideas, further cementing the relationship between mythology and human nature. As the classical era progressed, mythology became less about the gods and more about the people. It was no longer just a collection of fantastical tales, but a mirror reflecting human nature and societal issues. It was a tool for self-examination and a platform for social commentary. As the classical era ended, Greek mythology found new life and interpretations in the Roman world. But that, dear listeners, is a tale for another time. In the hands of the Romans, Greek gods donned new names and their tales spread across the empire. As Rome rose to power, the pantheon of Greek gods found a new home in the heart of the empire. Zeus became Jupiter, Aphrodite turned into Venus, and so on. But it wasn't just a simple name change. The Romans, master adapters that they were, reshaped these gods to reflect their own values and societal norms. The Romans were not content merely to import Greek mythology, they wanted to make it their own. So they interwove their historical narratives with these mythological tales, creating a unique blend of fact and fiction. The Aeneid, for example, an epic poem by Virgil, tells the tale of Aeneas, a Trojan hero and forefather of Rome, while also featuring interactions with Greek gods. The influence of Greek mythology didn't stop with the fall of Rome. Its narratives continued to permeate through the Middle Ages, Renaissance, and beyond. Medieval and Renaissance artists found inspiration in Greek myths, using them as allegories to explore human nature, morality, and the divine. The story of Daedalus and Icarus, for instance, served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overambition. Greek mythology also found its way into the scientific realm. Many constellations bear the names of Greek mythological figures, and numerous scientific terms are derived from these ancient tales. Take, for instance, the term tantalize, which comes from the myth of Tantalus, forever doomed to thirst and hunger while surrounded by unreachable fruit and water. Just as the Romans adapted Greek mythology to fit their culture, later civilizations continued to mold these myths to reflect their own values and beliefs. Over time, these stories evolved, yet their core essence remained the same, captivating audiences with tales of heroism, love, betrayal, and divine intervention. Even as empires fell, Greek mythology endured, its tales echoing in our modern world. The influence of these ancient tales is testament to their timeless appeal and their enduring power to inspire, entertain, and provoke thought. In our modern world, the echoes of Greek mythology are everywhere. They reverberate in the pages of contemporary literature, inspiring plots and characters, and they shape the strokes of modern art, lending depth and meaning. Even in the sphere of psychology, Greek mythology holds sway. The Oedipus complex, named after the tragic Greek hero Oedipus, is a well-known psychological theory, and Narcissus, the man who fell in love with his own reflection, his myth has given birth to the term narcissism, describing self-obsession in psychological parlance. Expressions like Achilles' heel, Pandora's box, and Herculean task, borrowed from Greek mythological tales, have become ingrained in our everyday language, subtly reminding us of their timeless relevance. So, next time you find yourself in the tales of Greek mythology, remember, it's not just ancient history, it's a mirror reflecting our own stories.